I don't know if there could be a continuation of this. People tend to get tired of a certain sound over time, and I don't know, but maybe not. Who is it? Nemo?
No, that's cool.
Nemo,
What's up?
got a question for you, bro. You're a youngin'.
Yeah.
Do you think this current trend of this melodic, Roddy Ricch, and all these other guys that you guys been listening to, do you think they have another year? Because I know you guys are kind of talking about this shit on y'all
I
podcast.
think they got at least 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Hey, boy, I want to ask you something now.
I'm just saying, look, he would know more than I do. He's more plugged into that stuff than I am. So I was just asking how many more years I gotta tolerate it. Okay.
You ever heard Slick Rick? Hey,
Dead and Hip Hop Conversations, 2020's most anticipated hip hop albums with your boy. We got Beezy 430, KB Inge, Myke C Town, and your boy. So we're gonna talk about the most anticipated albums of this upcoming year. 2019 was dope. If you haven't checked out the top 10 of 2019, make sure you go check out that video. And I'm pretty sure before this comes out, we'll also have the decade video as well. I know everybody's been asking about that, so make sure you go check that out because that's hella dope as well. 2020 most anticipated. Who kind of wants to start? Let's start with Beezy.
Everybody dropping all these surprise fucking albums and shit, but at least the albums
Shout out to
that,
Eminem.
at least the albums that I've kind of had a good word of that was coming out. Royce da 5'9" supposed to be dropping next month. Being the Butcher, Tana Talk 4.
Really?
Supposed to be dropping this year.
Them motherfuckers always working, bro.
Yeah,
shit crazy.
and speaking of Griselda, Madlib and Westside Gunn supposed to be doing an album together.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, Running Juice 4. I'm pretty sure everybody is going
that's
to
on my
mention
list.
that. Madlib said it was finished. Black Star album entirely produced by him. That's supposed to be dropping. Clear Soul Forces with You dropping in March. And then these are like hopeful, so I'm thinking that might drop something. No Name, Saba, and some other Smino.
Smino,
Yeah.
So no man back to producing music?
No. Where you get that from?
Yeah, I saw that too.
So she said she, I guess back to Rod's question, she back to releasing music now.
I
haven't
guess so.
seen this.
I thought them three were supposed to be making a project together though.
Maybe
That
it
was before. That was
That was before
she
her.
said-
Oh,
Well, maybe it was already recorded and it's just dropping this year.
Oh,
Probably.
I even went-
Maybe that's what
Probably.
it is.
That-
We gonna
that-
shoot
that
with some
would make
bells.
sense.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a Tierra Whack album. I'm hoping Odyssey drops something this year. I'm waiting for him to drop something, and then
It's been a minute, right?
yeah, and then Isaiah Rashad. That was like all of my anticipation.
Did Tierra Whack already have something now? I
Yeah.
thought I saw something.
Yeah.
How was
Yeah.
that?
It was dope.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and that was like 2 years ago. So hopefully she'll be dropping something this year. So that's it. That's pretty much like my.
Isaiah Rashad ain't dropping this year.
You don't think he
Is that
dropping
what he
this year?
said?
He has to.
He gotta drop.
Yeah,
this
He
year.
kind of
it's been
has
like
to.
3
He
years
He's
now.
kind of getting forgotten.
Yeah.
He
He
is.
got to drop.
Well,
Absol got to
nah.
drop something this year.
Absol said he's dropping this
He
year.
did. Okay.
He said it.
Okay.
No, that don't mean he's gonna do it. But it's been 3 years, right? For
Isaiah.
No,
Absol.
I
No,
think.
for
Nah,
Absol.
I think it's
No,
like 2.
it's been 4. 2016
Okay, yeah,
when
4
he
years.
really
Yeah, it's
yeah,
been a
yeah,
minute.
yeah.
Think about it.
2016,
Yeah, It's
dude.
been a long time.
I know.
Yeah, it
Like,
didn't feel that long. Like Isaiah feels long. Doesn't feel that long for me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's been a minute.
But B, you mentioned 2 Madlib produced projects. Do you think Madlib's trying to ride the wave of Bandana and like all of the success and accolades and all of the top 10 lists and everything that him and Freddie have had?
I wouldn't even say riding away because he's been making music all the time. It's just yeah. I mean, him getting this much exposure since working with Freddie Gibbs, but I mean, Madlib is always like working.
So you
But
he's just
always
always
with
on
these kind of people though.
Yeah.
I think that kind of lends
think
to
so?
what he's saying.
Yeah.
that he's trying to like
I mean,
kind of
collabing with
Westside, yeah, and they're popping right
I mean,
now.
that's the same kind of formula. Get this hood dude and then give him these Madlib beats and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely.
Yeah.
I think he's riding
Not that
away.
that's a bad thing.
No, it's not
That's
at
a
all.
smart thing.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, it's a great look.
Or it could be, we don't know who reached out to who.
Right.
Westside might have reached out to him.
But either way, I think it's smart on Madlib's part to kind of to ride the wave for lack of a better term, right? Because before doing Dead End, I never heard of Madlib.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm just saying before Dead End. That's a long time now. You know what I'm saying? But I never heard of Madlib until he started doing projects with Freddie. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm pretty sure that a lot of other people, that's kind of their first introduction to Madlib as well.
Right.
And
I think it's dope. I think it's really
Yeah,
dope that Madlib
100%.
is finally getting like
the
Just
exposure
Do, yeah.
and the just do and all of that. And at the end of the day, like he has a very productive music career, but I think that this is starting to take him to that proverbial next level.
Cuddy's supposed to be dropping this.
You dropping something?
Oh fuck, I forgot the name of it now. I should have wrote it down. Intergalactic, I think, but enter being like enter the room. Galactic, I think that's what it's called. I don't know what it's gonna sound like. We haven't heard Cuddy in a minute, huh?
Who's producing anything?
Nope. All I saw was Cuddy Intergalactic, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna check that
I think
out.
Kanye's gonna have a hand in it.
I hope not.
Really?
Really.
But I thought we all like Kids See Ghosts.
We did, but that was before. I think Kanye,
Okay.
you know, Kanye has been seeing too many ghosts at this point.
Really?
And yeah, and I think his career is not one of the ghosts that he's seeing. So I don't want Kanye touching nothing but Kim. leave this music shit alone. Let Cuddy go do what Cuddy wants to do. Because I mean, I don't think Cuddy has ever really needed Kanye's production.
No, 100%.
You know, Cuddy
I
can do that airy type shit.
You can do
I
it.
would love to see Cuddy get with Clams Casino and do something.
yeah.
I think that would be an amazing project. But him and Kanye, I'm kind of over that.
So B, I'm surprised you didn't mention J. Cole, or maybe I shouldn't be. I'm just saying.
Not these days.
Yeah, not,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, not, I mean,
Wow.
I know he's supposed to be dropping something. It's called the Fall Off or something like that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
The
The fall off?
yeah, the Fall Off. I think that's the
It
name.
better be good. It better be amazing.
Yeah.
When I
project.
When I saw that title, I said, okay, like, cause obviously you can't come weak with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
And you better
obviously,
not.
obviously, I've been the only person that's like J. Cole
In recent,
the
yeah,
last.
yeah.
Okay, right. But hold on,
I mean, I think we all gave him his props on the last couple of projects.
we gave him props on the
compilation?
the compilation, but we didn't give him props on KOD. We had to go like do a whole nother fucking
I
separate
don't remember
video.
that. I think I was kind of with you on that.
I've always
Yeah.
said he's a great rapper.
Yeah.
I just don't care for his music because I find it to be a little bit dull. He only interests me typically when he jumps on a feature because it's not his production. He's doing something different.
And we've said, I mean,
You know,
we've
we
said
said
that
that
before.
before.
Like,
And that compilation, I thought that he snapped on that on a lot of the songs.
But maybe this is just how he perceives, you know, him falling off, is us and other critics maybe saying these same type of things. What about Kendrick? Nobody really mentioned Kendrick. So he's just kind of just over Kendrick. Like
No, it's just I don't get excited anymore because if he's gonna drop, cool, I'm sure it's gonna be great. If he doesn't drop, you know, then I ain't gotta worry about my hopes getting up.
yeah.
I don't have to worry about a Kendrick project. You know,
Yeah, it's
I know
gonna
I'm
be
gonna
good.
like it. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be whack.
Yeah.
Well, we hope.
It's not gonna be whack.
Because I'm saying, like, how many albums in is he in now? Like 4 or 5? Like this will be his 5th or something like that.
Something like that.
Like,
Depends on which
doesn't
ones
every
you count.
rapper start to have some type of decline? Like, could this be the beginning of the decline of Kendrick?
Yeah, but why are we even putting that out in the universe?
I know, right?
We anticipate.
Why can't the brother
we
be
don't
shooting
know what it's
100%?
gonna be.
Why you can't
We
be
don't-
shooting
It's
100%?
anticipating, not the what's the opposite of anticipate? The fear?
Right.
No, I'm not worried about a Kendrick project
Yeah.
until he drops something to make me start worrying about a Kendrick project.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
did see that he said it's gonna be a rock album. I don't know what that means.
Huh?
Saw that.
Yeah, he
Oh, I
said.
saw that.
Yeah.
No.
I saw that.
Oh yeah.
But you never know what that means with a rapper.
Yeah.
You know?
He might have like one rock track.
He
or
might,
something.
or it might just be some guitars in the background somewhere, and they say, "Oh, it's a rock album." I don't think he's really gonna do a rock album. He ain't gonna do like Lil Wayne or something.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be extremely surprised if
I would
Kendrick
be
came
too.
out and was
I
doing
would
a
be too.
real rock and roll album, singing and shit.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So you
Really?
So you know what's crazy? You know what's
He's
crazy?
never given any indication of something
I
like
know.
Exactly.
So to
Wayne
say-
did.
So to
How
say
did
that
Wayne
though,
do?
that. Wayne has been trying to incorporate that kind of shit for albums.
But
And then he finally did it because he came out on one of the music awards, was playing guitar, and the next thing you know, here he come putting a rock album out. And remember, Wayne was running around talking about he was a rocker. Remember, he was wearing
Yeah,
the fucking
and
the
skateboarding
leopard
Right,
pants
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah. So
it
the
was-
indication was
yeah,
there.
There's
I got
no indication with Kendrick.
And plus, and then Kendrick been like chilling too, so it's like
Yeah, he only listened to Pink Floyd and shit. Nah, bro.
Right.
I'm not-
But you know what's interesting, man? Like literally, like maybe a week ago, I was going back through old Dead End Hip Hop videos, and back in 2011, before Myke was even on the show, We was at Central Park. It was us three, or us four, including Rod, and we were talking about rock's influence on hip hop. And I remember I was saying way back then, back in 2011, that rock was gonna influence a lot more hip hop moving forward. So obviously it didn't 100% go that way, but it's interesting that now Kendrick, almost 10 years later, decade later.
I don't think.
That's loose as fuck. Rock ain't influencing rap. What are y'all talking about?
I wasn't all the way wrong, but I'm just saying, like, for the biggest hip hop artist to come out and say that he's gonna make a rock album.
He's just talking shit.
So I looked it up, fact checking live. Rock influenced sound,
But that's what I said in 2011.
but not a rock album though.
I feel
Those
okay, that's my
words,
fault.
yeah.
Fake news Myke today. That's my fault. We'll see. I'm curious.
nobody's mentioned Frank Ocean. I don't know if we consider him hip hop or not. Or
He's not hip hop.
I'm just saying. At least I'm anticipating Frank
Your
Ocean's
R&B shit
album.
lately. You put it on your goddamn top 10. Now you talking about it in anticipations.
What R&B was yours?
Yeah, I ain't even know.
Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
That's an R&B project?
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
even though he rap.
But speaking of R&B, maybe hip hop, there's a new Gambino project that's supposed to come out, but nobody knows a
What is it
single
gonna
thing
be?
about it.
Is it supposed to be his last album?
It's supposed to be his last album, yeah, but nobody knows if it's gonna be rap or R&B or a combination
Everything.
of both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm
especially after that
definitely
last
for
album
that.
he put out. Like, we don't know what direction or where he's gonna go.
Especially after the last album and then that last song that he did, that
This is
America,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I thought was gonna be an album coming out, but then
Yeah, it never.
I think it has to do with that controversy that happened afterwards, and then he got all busy with doing movies and
Show, yeah.
that kind of thing. So I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to it. And we can go ahead and say RTJ.
I was gonna say,
There's
that's right.
no
yeah.
real reason to
It's,
even.
exactly.
There's
like,
almost no point even bringing it up.
Exactly.
but
It's like,
I
we
know
waiting.
motherfuckers in the car can't believe it. Yeah.
Right.
When do you think it's gonna come out? You think they're gonna like prolong it, or you think they're gonna?
No,
drop it
I think it's gonna come out
relatively
soon.
early?
I give it
First quarter.
I give it March.
Okay.
Because they dropped a snippet, so I mean you could tell it's recorded, and I think they're mixing it. But you know how they are.
I know, of course.
They
They drop
gonna
it
make sure
whenever the fuck they
everything
want to.
sounds
Yeah.
like pristine and perfect.
Right.
And plus, after they were messing with what's his face in the studio, white guy with long hair, Ruben.
Oh, Rick Rubin.
I know you're like sadistic, Kurt Cobain.
Right.
Who we talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
they
heard
sure
they
did
went
have
to Rick
Rubin.
Rubin's.
Yeah.
They were. I don't know if they had any like work from him.
Yeah, but
But-
but just even having Rick Rubin in the room with
Yeah.
that group,
Yeah,
that's a level.
Man.
And then
That's a whole
JPEG
nother-
was there too, so there
Oh,
might
wow.
be there might be some JPEG beats on there maybe, or not beats because LP
Yeah,
don't
of
do
course,
that.
of
There might be some like JPEG
influence.
influence.
Yeah.
It might be a JPEG verse. You never
and
know.
that's perfect. Like JPEG fits that.
I would love to see
that
JPEG
mold.
actually doing something with them because I mean the Danny Brown shit didn't really seal it for me. I'd like to see them actually work together, but either way, the little teeny weeny 10-second snippet that they put up on Instagram, I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready.
I have another anticipation. Jim Jones El Capo 2.
He's making a sequel to that?
Yes, he's making a sequel. I want to say it was like
That
a month.
shit was.
Nigga.
You
Yeah,
listen
okay.
to it too?
Yeah.
This-
It was.
It was the way you was sipping. You had your pinky up. So
Golly, just like you
Hey, let him be on
I
the
can't
shit.
get classy for a minute.
Let him be on the shit.
You know what I'm saying?
With your yellow can.
Fucking up your class style, baby. You know what I'm saying? Is Heat Makers producing?
Heat Makers
Okay.
again. Heat Makers again. I want to say it was like maybe a month or two ago. He dropped like some snippets on IG. Oh my god.
That sound good?
Nigga,
Okay.
Heat Makers. I feel like they cleared everything and said, Jim, what do you want?
I can't believe I actually like the Jim Jones like that. I was like,
Me
I
too.
really like a Jim Jones
still ain't
project.
Me,
Bro,
Yeah, I
it
was
is
like, wow.
fucking good.
Yeah.
It is really
I'm still
good.
scared.
I listened to it. I wasn't as impressed as y'all were.
Yeah, I was. But for me, it was like this is literally like I've never liked a Jim Jones album. Like so, like me liking this was like I'm like, damn, like that's crazy. You said what?
That's the way you said that.
Yeah, I know.
mean,
like,
Never like that.
drug that shit through the mud.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, yeah, it's true.
Fucked
You
up,
know what I'm
man.
saying? It's true.
Nah, and I'm with B. Like I've listened.
You like Jim Jones projects. I'm not gonna try to believe that. Yes, you do.
Nah.
Dipset was probably your favorite shit in the world when it came out.
Back in the early 2000s, it was. But that
Like,
wasn't.
thank you.
But that wasn't a Jim Jones project though. It wasn't an individual project. It was a collective. But Jim Jones projects, I never liked one like beginning to end. Like I said previously, like he's had hits and bangers and shit on the radio that was dope, but never like beginning to end. This was beginning to end. Like oh shit, like he brought it. Heat Makers brought it, the features brought it. So for El Capo 2, I'm here for it.
Sadistic and No got a new project that's supposed to be coming out. I'm all about that because I mean anything both of those dudes touch, I'm checking it out. There's another Chesky project coming out, but I'm sure I'm the only one in the room that gives a fuck about that too. But I'm still gonna say it.
Speak your piece, baby. Speak
You
your
better not
piece.
edit it out, neither.
Speak your piece.
I'll put it to you like this. I'm anticipating Big Crit to do something about this last project, bro.
Oh, I know what album I'm looking for, and they say it's coming. Rock Marciano and Cock. Metal Clergy.
Nah, I want
Yeah.
to hear that. Anything Cobb touches, I'm trying to hear it.
I wants to hear this album. They said it's coming, so it's coming. I think we're gonna get a Metal Clergy.
No, go ahead.
So I finally listened to, because I know we were talking, the three of us, Rod, Myke, at the Little Brother thing about Redman. I finally listened to it. Did you listen to it?
The slap.
The 3 EPs, the EP you put out, the 3 songs.
No, I just heard the
saw the
video.
single.
I saw the video. You got
Yeah.
the slap
Yeah,
the shit.
man.
Did you like it?
It's okay. It's cool, man. Like I guess because I'm nostalgic, so I'm like I got to hear Eric Sermon production, but I don't think Eric Sermon is gonna produce anything. But the slap this joint was pretty cool. I haven't heard the 3-song EP joint.
I can't give this song, oh, it's alright. No, it's bad.
I see what you're saying.
I
see
got
what y'all saying.
the
see what you're saying.
KRS-One feeling. That was most like, damn, it's gone.
Damn.
Yeah.
I know.
I know, and I've been saying that, but it's like I don't want to like believe it.
I didn't either. When they told me, I was like, I can't get out of it. I listened
Man,
to it.
like
It's not good.
Even when I was driving home and listening to it, I was
Yeah.
still trying to force myself
Yeah.
to be like, nah,
Okay, I gotta
they
listen.
tripping. And every song, and then by the time that third song hit, I was like, damn, this is what it was like.
Oh wait, the whole
KRS-One.
EP is bad? Oh man, I haven't listened to the EP. I only listened to
haven't
that one
either.
song.
Yeah.
Man, it's a banger. Zugga.
Really?
He did. I'm like, oh my god, bro. And then I added Raekwon dropped the 3-song EP too.
I didn't know that.
Appetition.
It ain't good.
I didn't either. I haven't listened to it, but after Redman, I was like, not that this is gonna be bad, but I was like, man, these random EPs that they're dropping.
I don't think Raekwon been dropping really good albums.
Tech Nine dropped some shit earlier.
I saw
You guys
Yeah,
heard
but
that?
Tech Nine
I
gonna
didn't
sound
listen
like
to
Tech
it.
Nine.
Yeah.
You know, Tech Nine's gonna be them fast beats and
I'm trying to pay attention to music more this year. But did you guys hear about the Madlib and Oh No shit?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That came out this.
I added that too.
I haven't listened to it.
Yeah,
yet.
me neither.
So I haven't listened to it yet. But I think the thing
I need to though.
Yeah.
that I'll be interested in seeing, because I was looking up the Dave Free stuff, and he wrote something really interesting. So he said that music now, he said he couldn't employ the same tactics that he did when he was breaking Kendrick, Absol, etc. He said now it's all about not the blogs but the streams. And I was like, and that led me to thinking, like, that's actually interesting. Like, looking at the industry, you know, in addition to all the music stuff, I think also looking at the industry and maybe the sound. Like right now, Roddy Ricch is The Box. It's like the biggest song. Like, will there be a continuation of those type of melodic sounds this year, or will it start to fade out? Because everything, it's you know, Rod used to talk about this all the time. There are fads in hip hop and in music. So, does this fad have another year, or will we see this kind of fade out and something else come in?
Well, I think for Roddy Ricch, I think the beef that he's had with Justin Bieber has also helped promote.
Yeah,
that
beef
song.
with Justin Bieber. What?
Yeah. So
What?
Yeah.
It wasn't really a beef though.
It was
I
just
only
like
saw it because I follow Justin Bieber on Twitter.
yeah. It's not like a real life beef, but it was just like an exchange of words.
Yeah, elevated his profile.
It helped Roddy out. You know what I'm saying? It helped out the box. You know what I'm saying? But I think like when I listen to a lot of this new music, it is it's been melodic for a minute now. Like I still think that wave is still
So
riding.
you think we got another year of this shit?
I do, because there's so many young new artists out, and that's kind of what they do. I don't see it fading out this year.
It would depend on if somebody's album comes out and kind of makes them change. Like, it can't be Kendrick because people expect that from Kendrick.
Right.
If somebody else's album pops up out of nowhere and it's not that sound, and people gravitate towards it, then it will make other people be like, all right, well, shit, we need to go in this direction.
If it's you mean like if it's from an artist that normally does that type of stuff, and
I'm
just
saying
anybody in general.
it could be from
Some
MC, who the fuck are you?
Exactly.
Okay.
Some
Just
brand
shows
new
up.
artist
Okay. Yep.
that comes out, changes the sound of what current hip hop
Right.
is. Other people are
okay.
gonna mimic
Okay.
that.
Right. 'Cause
Yeah,
remember,
yeah,
Kendrick
yeah,
did
yeah.
that.
I got
Yeah.
When Kendrick popped on the scene and people, it wasn't as bad to me as it is now. But when he popped on the scene, it was like, oh shit, people are rapping about real shit again. So now I have to change my content to go with what this guy's doing because he's the #1 rapper out. It was him and Macklemore. You know what I'm saying? That would have to happen again.
I mean, you guys check out the Low Mid podcast. They keep me in the know. I don't really like much of what they like, but it's interesting, and I've said this on the show before, like just to follow and document like what's going on with the sound of hip hop, both mainstream and underground. So I don't even know if we have an answer, but I'm gonna ask it anyway, since we're looking ahead. We know Meg blew up. Nobody really saw
She
it
got an album
coming,
coming out, too.
and
I was
she
gonna
does.
ask.
But if you have to look at artists that are putting out music now, that's working. Any idea who could be the guy that's talked about this upcoming year the most?
Tom McDonald.
That white guy?
You said how you sipping that Drake. You saw he said he sipped that Drake. So
Like
he said it.
Rod talks about Lil Baby's Woe single, which I listened to it. I think is atrocious.
Hell no.
Yeah, you tripping.
I haven't heard it.
I had to turn that shit off.
Are you serious?
That shit was bad.
Wow, you really are. I guess.
That shit was bad. That shit was bad.
That shit's everywhere.
That's not what I said.
That's just.
I said Rod says it's everywhere. I listen to it. It's an atrocious song. That doesn't remove the fact that everybody
feel
listens to it.
Yeah,
But could Lil Baby break through this year? Could Roddy Ricch off of that single become the guy this year?
I was gonna say
Is
Roddy
there a
Ricch.
Griselda buzzing in the underground that could blow up this year?
Honestly, I don't know about the Griselda and the underground, but I think Roddy Ricch has. I think he has what it.
Momentum right now.
The momentum, and I think there's so many people in the industry that fuck with him so heavy, and it's like, bro, you brand new. How do you have all of these connections? So I think that he could ride that, plus the fact that he has like really popping songs right now. I think he could ride that for the entire year. I think he could be like at the end of December, January next year. I think he could be the one that we're talking about.
What about YBN Cordae?
Nah. I think he's gonna fly under the radar.
And I'm not saying he's bad. It's just that I just don't see the
Popularity.
X factor,
Yep.
so to speak, in him.
You got anybody?
I think the baby will still keep his momentum.
100%. He'll probably be overall the biggest artist, you know what I'm saying, probably at the end of the year. Just because like Rod said, like he has so much momentum right now. And like I don't see it stopping, even from like the negative publicity.
Right.
Like all of these incidents and stuff like that. I think he's definitely gonna drop new music. He's gonna get.
You think he's gonna drop another album still? He
I don't know if
dropped
he's-
2 last year.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna drop an album, but he's definitely gonna drop some type of project, right? Like because I think when
Project or a single.
a single.
Kinda like Cardi B does. Like
Exactly.
She did a big single or whatever, and she didn't even drop an album, but that shit was everywhere.
It was everywhere, and it's what keeps your name, being talked about. Yeah. And I think the baby's definitely gonna do that.
I got
and
one.
we didn't even talk about Cardi B. Cardi B has a project that's supposed to come out.
I got one for y'all.
I like her new single too. I think that shit's dope.
Polo G.
Who is that?
Polo G.
I've never heard of him.
Die Legend or Living a Legend? I haven't either, but I haven't listened to his music. But I saw his name pop up a lot last year on year-end albums, and I'm like, who the fuck is Polo G? But I'm just saying it's a name to watch out for. Just a name to watch out for.
Well then,
I ain't watching that for
what about your two favorites, Stunner for Vegas and Blueface?
It's funny for Vegas to blow up because of
What about this guy Drake signed, Pop Can?
Who?
Are you the top of the snake?
I'm dead
right
ass
now?
serious.
Pop Can?
POPCAAN, maybe
I've
Popcorn.
never heard of this guy.
Wow.
I'm just trying.
Drake put him out.
Yeah, he signed him.
But you, the only person that Drake signed and blew up was The Weeknd. Like everybody else,
Who else did he sign?
Party Next Door.
Didn't Predator blow for a minute?
But then he fell the fuck off that cliff.
You think everybody fall off?
But he didn't he?
I'll give you that one.
Okay. And then I want to say there was another person too. I can't think of his name, but it was a weird name like Party Next Door too. Yeah. So this was our 2020 most anticipated artists, projects, albums, everything in between. You know how we do. So if you guys enjoyed it, man, support your boys. Watch this video, like this video, tell somebody about this video, become a patron. Look, whatever you do to support us, we appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one.